Hello traders, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be giving you a tour and tutorial of the WooX exchange. Now, I've been trading cryptocurrency since 2017, and in that time I've traded on just about every exchange that is out there, from the likes of Coinbase to Binance to BitMEX to Bybit, Mexi, KuCoin, you name it, I've traded there. However, recently I have moved over the majority of my spot and perpetuals trading over onto the WooX exchange. Now, this is because I feel it's a really trader-friendly exchange. They bring together so many of the best aspects of other exchanges that are out there, but they're also doing everything right in terms of transparency and sustainability for the industry as a whole, and also consistently improving and adding new features to the exchange that we as traders want. They listen to us as traders, and they are constantly working to give us the best user experience possible. So within this video, I am going to be giving you an overview of the exchange itself, some of the features that you see on the homepage here, and then I'm going to show you how you can get started with your account and what you see within the dashboard itself, and to start taking some trades. As always, please do hit the like button on this video. It helps the algo so it can push this video to other people. Hit subscribe if you've not done so already. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Starting off here with the homepage, okay, you can go to woo.org and it will take you to this homepage. But also, if you want to make the most of exclusive offers, this currently is running at a 50% share of the fee rebates plus exclusive bonuses. You can use the reference code TaurusX, and there is also a link in the description and the comments below. So do click on that link and you'll be able to get the best deal possible. That will be fee discounts plus bonuses on the Woo exchange. Now, this changes from time to time. They'll add stuff. They won't normally take stuff away, but they'll add like different little offers that are in there. But you can always be sure by clicking on the link below, not only are you going to get the best offer for yourself to save money on fees and to get really nice bonuses depending on your just signing up for the account or your trading volume, but also you do help to support this channel, and you help us to be able to bring more content to you by clicking that link and by showing your support as a little way of saying thanks for this video, I guess. But yeah, enough of that. Let's start having a look at the website. So you can see at the top here, okay, very, very easy. If you want to get started, there's two big get started buttons, and then you've got the menu at the top. This will show you all of the markets that's available on Woo. You can go straight into trading. You've got the different products here. So you've got the Woo Dex, you've got Woo Earn, you've got Woo Staking, and you can buy cryptocurrency direct. You've got the blog here. This is fantastic. It will show you a ton of educational content and information about the exchange. You can see the leaderboard, and then you've got a bunch of other little menu tabs over on the side here that you can flick through. Now, if we scroll down, okay, first up, okay, very important, right? We know over the past couple of years, some exchanges haven't really been delivering best practice for the industry in general, whereas on Woo, okay, you can always see their reserves and liabilities. So you can constantly check on this to make sure that the exchange has your money covered and that funds are safe by trading on the exchange itself. We go down a little bit lower, and this is a really useful tool where you can start to compare the total cost of taking a trade on Woo in comparison to other major exchanges. So you can see here Binance, OKX, Bybit, and then if you're looking at spot trades, then they add Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com onto there as well. And what you can see is what Woo aim to do is to keep the baseline cost of a trade consistently lower than the competition. Okay, so you can see over the past 7 days, pretty much all of the time, Woo has been the cheapest exchange to trade on overall in comparison to all of the competition. Now, they are a relatively new exchange in comparison to the ones down the bottom here. So at times of volatility, you do sometimes see these little spikes up where the cost base due to slippage and fees slightly peaks above some of the competition. However, this is something that they are working on all the time to improve. And these peaks are generally, if you spread it out over time, okay, the majority of the time, 90% of the time, it is much cheaper to take a trade on Woo than it is to take a trade anywhere else. And that goes for both if you're trading on futures, you can flick through these, but also on spot, you can see here, it does the comparison and you can see the cost of taking a trade on Woo for any spot trades is much lower than any of the major competitors. And if you add Kraken into the mix, then it makes a huge difference there as well. All right, so scroll down a little bit lower. This just gives you a little widget of some of the other features that they've got there. Maximize your trading performance on WooX. So the zero fee zone is something I will talk about a little bit later on. This is where you can get no fees at all trading spot and some other of the assets on the exchange by staking Woo tokens. You can look a little bit more about the liquidity, the tools, and the customer care, which is always fantastic on Woo. Powerful tools for traders. So we're going to jump into a tutorial in just a second, so I'm not going to flick through those. And if we keep on scrolling down, then we can see here another useful thing. This is the partners. So with Woo, they are an A-book exchange, which means they have multiple liquidity providers providing real trading data, and they have a proper order book. So when you are trading, you are buying or selling, and there is someone else on the other side of the trade, and liquidity is provided by multiple different sources. Some exchanges, unfortunately, within this space, we've seen over the past few years that there are some exchanges out there that trade basically off of a fake order book. They have a single internal market maker, and for these companies and for these exchanges, they essentially profit from liquidating users. So they're not very good when it comes to trading. You don't really want to be trading on an exchange that actively trades against the people that, like you and I, that trade on the exchange. You really want to be looking for an A-book exchange that have multiple liquidity providers to make sure that basically they have your best interests at heart, and they're not going to start doing some weird stuff behind the scenes to try and wreck your positions and to basically profit out of any liquidations that users may have. And that is everything on the homepage, really. So they've even got the big Get Started button at the bottom there. If you want to click that, this will obviously take you through to set up an account if you do not have an account already. And reminder, the link in the description below gets you those juicy discounts on fees and the exclusive bonuses. However, if you already have your account, then if you click on this, then it takes you straight through to the exchange itself. Now, it is important to note, WooX is mandatory KYC, so you do have to do KYC on the exchange. However, I do believe that this is just a really good thing that you should be doing no matter where you do your trading. By having an exchange that is KYC, then you know that they are following regulations, they're doing everything right, and you have therefore a lot more trust in the exchange itself. So there's no need for me to go over the whole process of creating an account. It's pretty self-explanatory. Once you have created your account, then you will be taken to a dashboard that looks a little bit like this. Okay, so you'll start off here with the single asset workspace, and I'll show you in just a moment how you can switch that to give yourself a more advanced trading setup here on the exchange. But let's start off with the tabs on the left-hand side. So you can see at the top is the home. So if you click on that, it takes you back to the home page, easy peasy. Next, you have my account. So by clicking on this, you can see all the information about your account. So for the purposes of this video, I have a tutorial sub account set up that is underneath my main account. This is a really useful feature on the exchange, and it's super easy to flick between them just by going over here. You can click switch accounts and you can just switch it very easily back to your main account with these buttons. Now, for this video, I'm just going to stick to the tutorial account. However, I do have like an account for spot trading. I've got an account for leverage trading. And I do have a challenge account that I'm currently doing for the year, as it is 2024, trying to run 1K to 24K by the end of the year. We hope it's going to take a lot less time than that, but it's just a little bit of fun. So really nice that you can split these accounts into different sub accounts as well. Uh, the next tab over here, so what you will see as standard will be that your account will be set up for spot trading only. So you do need to go to my account, margin of futures, and then just enable margin or enable futures if you want to do so. You can read the service agreement, click accept, and then you're all set up for trading on futures or margin. You can adjust your leverage. This is, so again, the exchange is cross margin as standard. Okay, so what you have basically, what that means is that all of your assets that are on the exchange are used as collateral across all of your positions that you may be holding. So it is important to just read up on how leverage is used here. Okay, but essentially you can change this from 1x, which means that you're not using any additional capital that you may not hold within the exchange, or you can multiply the capital that you have on the exchange by up to 50x to just basically give yourself the biggest position sizes possible. However, with that, of course, comes more risk, but also more reward if you are trading profitably. More information on here. Okay, they've got the funding fees for different assets on there. They've got the collateral here, so you can see I took a couple of practice trades on this. I put in $100 into this account, but yeah, you can see that just through fees and just playing around, that's now down to $99.70. And interest payment here. Okay, so if you are taking a trade on leverage, then basically you can either get paid or will pay interest on that if you basically go into negative equity on the exchange. So yeah, that's kind of that for this tab. Go over onto security. So this is blurred out for security reasons. However, this is where you can set up all of your two-factor authentication, which is really important. So make sure that you're setting up two-factor authentication over here. You've got your orders, so you can see all the different orders that have taken place on the exchange itself. So any pending orders that you've got, ones that have been filled, ones that have been cancelled, ones that have been rejected. So once again, you can see here on this little practice account, little tutorial account, some of the little trades that I've taken just as a demonstration. You've got the affiliate page. All right, so once again, not my main account, but you will see this. So if you want to invite friends to Woo, then you can earn a share of any trading fees that they take within the exchange. And this is where you'll see all of the information about that. Then you have your sub accounts and API. So it's really, really simple to set up a new account and to set up APIs. So to create a sub account, you can just basically create it by clicking that button, name the account, write any notes that you want on there, and that will set that up for you. You can see here I have my main account, spot account, tutorial account, and the Taurus Woo account, which is the challenge. And you can flick between those. You can transfer assets between all of them as well. Okay, so you can see different transfers that I've done on here. And then you have the APIs. So with the API, same process as with any exchange. So this is if you're trading on a terminal, like an external trading terminal, then you can create an API, or even if you're using like a journaling software, set up your API here, just using the standard standard method of doing an API. And then if you have your Google authentication, two-factor authentication from the security tab, then you just have that, have to input that in there. More information again on how to set up an API, very easy to find. So you can click on the API documents and it tells you everything that you're going to need to know if you do get a little bit stuck. And finally, over here is the audit tab. So this is just the Merkle tree, basically proving on Woo that they are basically covered for everything that is held within the exchange is backed and your funds are safe on the exchange. Onto the next tab here, this goes back onto trading. So we'll get back to that in just a second. You've got the wallet. So once again, you can see here, you can flick between your different accounts. So we're on tutorial, but if you want to check your main account, spot account, challenge account, whatever different accounts you have on there, you can see all of the assets that you hold. So currently just holding USDT. Here you can deposit, you can transfer onto, so basically between different accounts that you've got, or deposit straight into it. You've got your futures, you've got your vaults. So this is anything that's locked up to earn staking rewards, basically. Over here is all the transfers, interest, distributions, conversion, funding fees, and so on. Okay. And buy crypto. So if you want to just buy crypto direct, then they are set up with a couple of different providers here where you can basically use fiat money within your bank to buy cryptocurrency directly. Over here is the markets. So on WooX, they have just a ton of markets, from everything from spot perpetuals and also a few fun little things added on there as well. So from here, you can see all markets. You've got futures, so all of the futures trading. You've got spots, you've got zero fee. So if you are staking your Woo tokens, then all of these here you can have for no fee whatsoever. So take as many trades as you want on the exchange, and it will never cost you a penny in fees if you are staking your Woo tokens. You got prediction markets, so this is quite fun. If you think the Fed's going to cut rates, if you think the Fed's not going to cut rates, then you can actually trade on the outcome of that. And we're going to find out the first rate cut very soon, if you're watching this video this week, but never mind. You got margin trading. You've got, and then this will split it into different categories for all of the different altcoins, basically. So DeFi, GameFi, Layer 1, Layer 2, meme coins, Metaverse, Web3, and so on. Now, they've also just released a fractionalized NFTs. So you can trade for Bored Ape, Yacht Club, and for Pudgy Penguins. You can trade fractions of those NFTs. They're something that, again, quite nice to have on exchange. NFTs are going to obviously have another run over the course of the next year or so. And for many of the bigger NFTs, the majority of the market is massively priced out of those. So to be able to trade that in a fractionalized way, like we do with all of these other assets, like we do with Bitcoin, we're not trading whole Bitcoins, we're trading fractions of that. You can now do that with NFTs on the exchange. The tab below that is for staking. Okay, so just switch back onto my main account. You can see that I am staking currently 25,000 Woo tokens. I'm earning 3.67 Woo per day. It gives me access to better fees, and it also gives me access to the zero fee zone. So a reminder, you do need to be staking a minimum of 1,800 Woo tokens in order to get the zero fees. But the more tokens you stake, the more you can save on fees and the more tokens you can make. Okay, so you can see here, if I wanted to stake more, I can simply just click the button to stake more tokens, or I can buy more tokens, and you can see your staking history within this tab here. Then in addition to the Woo staking, you also have the Earn tab. So if you want to use other assets that you hold within the exchange to lock those up, to stake those, then you can earn yield on the likes of USDT, BNB, ETH, and so on. Beneath that, you've got the leaderboard, okay? So this is a cool little feature where you can see how you're doing in comparison to other traders within the exchange. It has this pro section, or the noob, so showing you the highest P&L and the lowest P&L on the exchange itself. And you can follow different traders on here. So if you click these little stars, then you can follow various traders. You can also click through onto their profile to see how they have been performing within the market. And also with some of them, it does allow you to see their full portfolio and their total asset volume. So we go back over onto here. You can split that between spot and margin futures. You can see all of the ones that you're following, and you can also see the trading volume that different accounts have. So you can see who is trading the highest volume on the exchange. And that is pretty much everything for this menu. Down at the bottom here, okay, you can see different events and alerts that they've got, and then you've got your customer support, which is always very important. You also have this menu across the top. Okay, so different tabs that you can use from the homepage. Then you have all the information about your exchange, your total value. You can hide the value of that if you don't want to show it, and you don't want to dox yourself if you're doing anything like this. And then you've got this right-hand side menu, which is much of the same things as over here, but just different ways to navigate between all of the different tabs. You have your alerts and announcements. You've got a QR code for the mobile app, and then you can switch language. So now that we've gone through all of the menu features, let's get back into trading. So when you first set up your WooX account, the trading dashboard that you see will look a little bit like this. This is the default view for the single asset workspace on Woo. From here, you have your chart. Okay, this is a standard trading view chart, so you can add indicators onto this like you can with trading view. You can compare with other assets over here. You can change the candlesticks, you can change it to a line, you can change the time frame, and you can also enable your drawing tools by clicking this little tiny tab on the left-hand side. Just enable your drawing tools there. You can draw any little lines that you want on the chart. You can add in your Fibonacci retracements. You can, that wasn't a Fibonacci, that was a position. You can add in your Fibonacci retracements, you can add in your positions and all of that stuff there. Now, next to that, you've got your order book and trade history, so you can have a look at those. Also, if you were to drag this, then you can see that it like expands to have both of them there, but you can drag around and change the view of these charts and it just automatically adjusts everything else. You've got your portfolio, so this is any open positions or any orders that you've got on the chart, and then you have your order entry on the right hand side over here. So this gives you limit orders, market orders, stop limit, stop market, order cancels other. So this is if you want to be placing like an order. I won't go into the details of it, but it's just a way that you have basically two orders together, one at market, one at limit. And if one gets triggered, then it cancels the other one. And a trailing stop that you can set up on here. So if we start off with the very simple market order, all right, so let's say that we're on the BTC perpetual over here. You can see we can open long, we can open short. You can either add in the amount of Bitcoin that you want to basically buy, well, long or short, or you can choose for it to be a percentage of your account. So if we want to go with 30% of our account and we want to open a long position, you can do that very easily. Okay, usually it will come up with a show order confirmation. So if you want to do that again, you can show your order confirmation, you can click disable that there, and you can also enable and disable the order confirmation from this little tab here. And yeah, basically to set your stop loss and take profit, it's just a very simple drag and drop. So you just click on the position itself on the chart and you can set your take profit and your stop loss on the chart itself. Now, what you can also do here is by clicking the chart settings up at the top. Yeah, you see the chart settings there. Then you can choose to enable this, which will tell you the exact amount you're going to win or lose on that particular trade by showing the TP and stop loss P&L. You can also choose to hide them completely. Okay, you can hide your open positions completely. And if you have any orders on the chart, so if I was to say, let's go over here and click on limit orders, and we want to maybe do a limit sell order, very, very simple to do that. You can either, once again, let's say we want to go short at 42,400. You can either go 42,400 over here, and then you can do your short position. Let's say we want to go short like this, then it will add the limit short. Or if you click on the order book itself, so let's say we want to go short at 42,900, then you can click on that and you can see over here, all right, that number changing as you click on the order book itself, all right, changing with whatever amount that it is you want to be trading. Okay, so once again, do that, change the order quantity, open the short position, and then you can again see here that that will have opened all the way up there because that's where I placed the order. And yeah, that's basically the standard view that you'll see here. You can change your account leverage and all of that. But if you want to go a little bit more advanced, then you can switch this up. You can switch this to the multi-symbol workspace, which is what I personally use. So if we click on this, then we can see here, it switches us to the multi-symbol workspace. Once again, you can see the position that I am currently in, that I took on the single symbol workspace. There it is. And again, the same kind of thing. You can change these stop loss and take profits. And if you just want to close out the position there, okay, we're a little bit of a loss, but who cares? Only $1, then you can do that there just by simply clicking on the X. Now, the great thing about this is you can customize it basically to suit your needs. Okay, so I have this set up with the Bitcoin tab. I've got it set up with Ethereum. If there's an altcoin that I'm trading on the day, if I'm day trading on this example, we can see that I've got Woo. open, and also you've got the like multi-symbol view here, so I can see Solana, Ethereum, Woo, and Audi on the chart here. And again, you can change all of these. Okay, the nice thing about this as well is you also have these little groups, so you can group your widgets together, which means that if you were to change one aspect of that, then everything within that group would also change. So here, okay, you can see that I've grouped these, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I know it's very small on the screen, but you can group these together, different numbers, different colors. And that basically means that if you're using this watch list over on the side here, then whatever group that you're on, let's say I want to change this Audi to Sui, then it will change there. Let's say I want to change Ethereum, which is number 2. So you just click on number 2 and I want to change that to AVAX, then it changes on here. And also the what we see over here, which is the trades, then you can change that. So this is grouped to number 1. If we want to change number 1, which is Solana, and we want to make that, let's say, OP, then it will change. Whoops, you got to change it to number 1 over here, change it to OP, and that will change everything that is grouped to number 1 itself. So really, really useful. Okay, so if you want to just quickly switch between all of the different views that you've got, all of the different assets that you're trading, and group them together, it's a really, really useful feature. So let's start and create a workspace just from scratch. So to do that, okay, when you go into the multi-symbol workspace, it will give you a default view anyway, and you can move that around. But if we start off from scratch here, then it's a little bit easier to show all of the different features. So you can add a widget. Okay, you've got your chart as normal. We're going to want a chart probably, aren't we? You can see all of the past and previous trades that we've taken on here. Go down onto the 1 minute chart. These are just the little ones I've done as examples. And you can switch that to, let's say, Bitcoin perpetual contract. So we can open long and short. You've got the order book, you've got the depth chart, you've got trade history, and you've got the watch list. So let's say we want to have the watch list over here, and look at that. You can see just a very simple drag around, and it will just, snap it all to however you want to basically see everything. We'll add the order book over here because the order book is very useful for taking limit orders. And then, of course, we probably want to be able to see our positions and our portfolio, so the open positions and any orders that we've got. So you can look at your open positions here with the portfolio widget. And if you then go to your orders, then you can, let's drag the orders widget down below. And we can have a look at that. Let's make this chart a little bit smaller. We can drag that up so that everything fits nicely onto one screen. Okay, there we go. And then of course we're going to need a way to take trades. So you've got order entry X advanced, order entry Y pro, order entry Z basic, and then you have the price ladder. So we'll start off here. Let's start with X because that is X. So X is very similar to what we saw on the single symbol workspace, right? Where you've got your market orders, you've got your limit orders, stop limit, order cancels other, trading stop. Okay, so all of these are here the same way. All right, so if you want to be going long or short, you can click on the order book over here. You can also change the tick size of the order book. So if you're scalping and you want to be on 1 tick and you want to just be making sure that that's constantly on 1 tick, then you can see again over here that keeps changing. If you want to widen that tick size, then again, very easy to do so. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, once again, you can see the different groupings on here. So we can lose that, and then I'll show you the next one, which is Pro. Okay, so you have a few different buttons on here. Widen that up. So you can basically go, let's say you want to open a long position of 0.1 Bitcoin at market. You can do that by just simply clicking the market button. So it's just smash the red button, smash the smash the green button, smash the red button, and do that from just basically from there. Or if you want to then be offering the bid or the ask, on either of this. So this is will set up a limit order. So let's say I want to go short and I don't want to mark it in because I want to save money on fees. So I will basically offer up the asking price for that, and then it will set you as a limit order. And there we go. We have been filled. And once again, same as always on the short position here, you can just set your take profit and stop loss levels, and you can adjust the chart to show how much you are going to win or lose on that particular trade. Okay. Next, we have that's pretty much everything that you need to know from that particular order entry widget. Now we have Z, which is the basic one. Okay, so here you've got long, you've got short, you've got market order, limit order, and the same type of things that we've seen on the other ones, but just a very simple one. So if you just want to be like, I'm only taking long positions, then you can do that here. You can change the quantity, see the size, and it will, basically do that, right? No need to go over all of those in too much detail. But another one that is very useful for this, I'll just take off the order book. So this one at the bottom is the price ladder. Okay, so this is if you guys are familiar with the term, depth of market, then you've got the price ladder over here, which is essentially showing you the whole order book on the chart, the depth of market here, anyone like buying and selling, all of the orders that are in there, and you can trade directly off of that. So, you can on here, you can see for the Bitcoin perpetuals contract, you can essentially go through and you can choose quantity. So if we're going to go, let's go 0.01, you can choose here to either set to buy or to sell at different points on the chart here. So if you want to be looking at short positions, okay, you can put in some short positions and you can add those directly to the chart by clicking just simply on the price. So you can add in all the trades that you want to, just very, very simply by clicking on here. And then you can change obviously the amounts that you want from all of this, and then go through. You can either cancel them directly on the chart from there, or you can just cancel all, confirm, cancel all, and that gets sorted out for you. So this is a really nice way to trade if you are a scalp trader. Okay, you can essentially like just click on here. Let's say, right, we can see here that we've got some nice bids around about that 42,180. So if it comes down there, we want to go long at that price. Then you can just, like I say, very, very quickly, very, very simply, just add that direct to the chart by the order quantity and so on there. What you can also do, so if you have it on auto centering, you can't scroll just wherever price is. Okay, it's centered to that. You can turn that off to no centering. So if you want to find something that's like way, way above where price is, and you want to start putting in some orders around there, then you can do so very simply by just turning off the centering. And you can also do keep in view. So as you see the price moving, okay, you can see that this can move all the way down to the bottom of the screen. As soon as it goes away, then it will just reset it back towards the middle. And you've got different settings on here as well. So as default, right, this is going to be enabled on basically all of the order entry tabs itself. I would have just been filled then. But you will, as default, it will be on one-way mode, but you can enable hedge mode. So no matter what order entry tab that you have, I did get filled. I didn't cancel it. It's okay. There we go. Because we had another one down there. So there it was, getting filled on a little resting bid that we had down there. But what I was showing you just then was, go back over here. We'll go on to advanced, for example. If you click on this, then you've got one-way mode or you've got hedge mode. Now, what that essentially means is on one-way mode, let's say you're in a long position. If you then take a short position, it will either reduce the size of your long if it's less than that, or if you like trade like a 0.1 Bitcoin long, and then you go short 0.2 Bitcoin at like after price has been moving up, maybe, then it will flip that long into a short. So it will basically the 0.1 long will become a zero 0.1 short because you're trading 0.2 short. Does that make sense? You get the idea. Then if you're on hedge mode, okay, what that will enable you to do by clicking on hedge mode, you can't do that if you've already got a position open. Okay, so we've got to just close that out. So make sure you don't have any positions open or orders pending when you're doing that. Click on hedge mode, and then you can change that to hedge, which means you can take both sides of the trade. So if we go 0.001, let's just go 0.01, and we want to offer the bid on this, so that sets us up with a limit order, again saving money on fees by offering the bid. See if you can get filled on that and see if the market moves. But what you can then also do is you can hedge that. So you want to be hedged, you want to be schlong, then you can see, go all the way in here. You can see that I've got limit orders here that are offering the bid and on the ask. So both sides of the spread here. Basically, there goes your long position filled. And then if you want to hedge that with a short position, if you do just want to get that filled at market, what you can do is just drag it down, and it will just as long as the market doesn't move away like it does like that, then it will immediately fill you into that position. So let's just go short. There we go. So we are at a long here, and we are hedged into a short position here equal, which means we're essentially flat on the market. Now, this is something you don't want to be doing, okay? You don't want to end up in a long that is above where you've entered for the short, but for demonstration purposes, okay, you can see that it works like that. So close these, close this, and yeah, I don't really think there's too much more to say from this. So that's how you set up your custom workspaces. Again, just a reminder, this is how I personally have it set up. So I have my order entry, which one is this? I think this is X, which is the advanced order entry, and I also have the price ladder, the depth of market over here, and I can see all of the trades coming in. I've got that set up as the same view for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, and for any altcoin I'm trading. And then I've got this multi-symbol workspace again, where if you wanted to create that, then just very, very simply, if you don't need to see your orders, you can just add in another chart. Okay, go to market data, add in another chart, and you can see that there. So if you want to see what is going on with Ethereum at the same time, then you can do that. And remember, you saw just then everything changed as this changed. That is because it is grouped differently. So if we want to, for example, be able to change this, so you see even the top chart changed. So we switch that back to Bitcoin, and then what we want to do is just change the grouping, switch that to 2, and then of course if you do change that, it will not affect anything else on the chart there. What you can also do to add another chart is you can just simply click on the duplicate button here. Okay, so you can do that, and it will open up another chart for you. You can group that to number 3. You can change that to, let's say, Woo Perpetual over here, and you can make that tiny if you want to, so it fits on. Fit it into this little gap down here, move this along, do that, and then you've got those 3 assets on the chart, all individual from one another. However, again, if you want to be just switching this around, then by changing the grouping on here, okay, so if you have your Bitcoin as 1, Ethereum as 2, Woo as 3, and you want to be trading off of the order book itself on here on the price ladder, then by changing the grouping, then it will also change the asset that is trading on there. All right. Another very, very useful thing, just because if you're not doing it, then you may accidentally like nudge it and move your chart around. You can lock each of these. So by clicking on lock, it no longer moves. Wonderful. Okay. And that's it really. That is probably everything I need to show you. You can go into full screen mode. So if you want to have everything on the screen and you want to see and take a nice little picture of your trades, then you can do it like that. But yeah, that's all the features. I hope I haven't missed anything. Do let me know in the comments below if I have missed anything, or if there is anything further you would like to see me cover on any of these tutorials. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Reminder to smash up that like button, hit subscribe if you've not done so already. check out tauruscrypto.com for more information about our trading community. And yeah, have a great day. Happy trading. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.